John Krasinski's new film If is now playing in theaters, and this is one I've been looking forward to for a while now. I haven't seen John Krasinski's other films. I haven't seen A Quiet Place. I haven't seen any of that. But I love John Krasinski as an actor, and just seeing these trailers, it just looked like so much fun. And I'm so happy to say that, I was nervous going into this, especially after seeing some of the reviews. I mean, initial reactions sounded really great, but then that Rotten Tomato score came out and it was like a 50 something, but the audience score was still like an 84 or something like that. So I was a little skeptical going into this. I was like, there's the potential this could not be great, but I just adored this film. It was amazing. If is just such a magical movie. And people that have problems with it, obviously everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but some people like, well, what were you expecting from this movie? Like, I love this movie. Is it like a top 5 movie of the year? Probably not. I mean, so far it's one of my favorites of the year, but this is exactly what it needed to be, and actually was more than I thought it would be. This is an incredibly profound film. I saw somebody say that this is like a live action Pixar movie, and it so is. It has a lot of similar tropes and structure to what a Pixar movie would be, but you get in live action here, and that's really interesting. Kind of the Roger Rabbit style, like live action animation hybrid. But it works so well. The CGI here is fantastic. All the animation done on these ifs, these imaginary friends, is amazing. And this is a movie that I think, yes, in some ways it is a kids movie, and when it first starts off it feels like a traditional, like, oh, this is just like a feel good kids movie, but as this goes on, this gets really deeply emotional. Again, that's the Pixar oozing in here. Hey, there's some sad stuff going on here. I will say tears were shed, but this is a movie that I think both kids and adults will love. I'm kind of like in the middle ground because I'm 18, so I'm like technically an adult, but also like still kind of a kid. But this kind of the big message of this movie is that you don't have to grow up. And you can still have that childlike imagination. And there's a line said in this film that's like, when you grow up, that's when you need your imaginary friends the most. And I don't think I really ever had an imaginary friend when I was a kid, but the idea always intrigued me, and seeing it brought to life here was absolutely fantastic. And this message just so the message, I think, will probably kind of go over kids' heads. Kids will have a great time here just because it's fun, it's bright, it's visually really beautiful. Also the music and the soundtrack here is fantastic, and it's funny. But for adults, there's just some great profound messages here. One of my life mottos is live life like a kid, because there's always this stuff in life that you have to take serious, you have responsibilities and everything, but just never forget to have fun, to still have that childlike perspective of looking at things. Like, there's a conversation in here between two kids, which is absolutely adorable. This is something I've had real life conversations with some of my friends before, is especially like after recently getting out of high school and stuff. And like in high school, there's a lot of drama and like people hating each other, and like there's the cliques, and like, there's a lot of judging and all that stuff. But when you're a kid, like, you don't care. Like, when you're in kindergarten, you just want to go play on the playground with whoever you can find. It doesn't matter what they look like or what their name is or whatever it is. Kids just don't care. There's just that beautiful innocence in play, and that is something that is brought to life here, and is just a great reminder that when you grow up, you don't have to be a big grumpy serious adult all the time. You can still have fun. And this is a movie that I just left this movie with a smile on my face. Again, tears in my eyes, but my heart was full. It's a film that it just I don't even know what to say. I'm semi speechless, because it was just, again, it was more than I was expecting to get from this movie. it's so much more than just a movie about imaginary friends. And like I said, from the perspective of an adult looking back on childhood and looking into the future of adulthood, it was really profound and really beautiful. My favorite line from this movie, and this isn't really a spoiler, but there's this character in the film, one of the ifs. He's a teddy bear, who his name is Lewis, voiced by the late great Louis Gossett Jr. And there's actually a post credit scene, kinda, related to him. That's all I'll say. But he's, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he says something in the movie along the lines of, "You never forget someone you truly love. Memories live on forever." And that is just so beautiful. Memories do live on forever. Like, you grow up, but you won't forget. You won't forget the good times. You won't forget the people that you love, and it's absolutely beautiful. And we have a insanely star-studded cast here, led by Kaylee Fleming as our lead B, who obviously this movie is about a 12-year-old girl who goes back to New York and experiences and is welcomed into the world of ifs. And so she does a great job as the lead of this film. Obviously, we have Ryan Reynolds in here as well. Great scene partner to her. Ryan Reynolds definitely bringing the dad energy. Really great to see that here. And then a couple months we'll see him as the foul-mouthed Deadpool in Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'm excited for that. John Krasinski obviously directs the movie. But he's also actually an actor now. I'm not sure if he appears in any of the trailers, but he is playing Bee's father. So you got John Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds really just bringing the dad energy. Krasinski specifically, like, he's got dad jokes for days, and he's one of the best examples of, like, he's a fully grown man, but he's just goofing around and having fun, especially through some tough moments, for sure. But our ifs, like I said, absolutely star-studded cast. Obviously, we have Steve Carell as Blue, even though he's purple, his name's Blue. Great there. But then you have Emily Blunt, Awkwafina, Blake Lively, Matt Damon, Bradley Cooper, Sam Rockwell, Jon Stewart, Vince Vaughn. We have Bill Hader, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Keegan-Michael Key. The list goes on. Amy Schumer, Maya Rudolph. The list goes on. It is absolutely insane with how many ifs there are in this film. And like I said, the animation and the CGI done here was fantastic. And I thought they were really quite clever and creative with some of these ifs that were done here. I will say, probably my favorite was Guardian Dog, voiced by Sam Rockwell, which, first of all, I just love Sam Rockwell. But a little superhero dog was awesome. And all of them are great. All of them are really funny. There's some great moments in here with each of them. One of the maybe downsides to the film is that because there are so many characters, you don't really get time to develop any one of them specifically. I would say, obviously, Blue, voiced by Steve Carell, is our main if, so you kind of get to spend the most time with him and Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character as well. But it was great. It was really a lot of fun. All of our human characters as well, obviously fantastic. This movie, again, it was just, it is a live action Pixar film. That is basically the best way to describe it, whether you like that or not. This did give me very much like Inside Out vibes, which also they played the trailer for Inside Out 2 right before this, so that gets me even more hyped for that movie in June. I just really enjoyed this. This is the type of movie that it's not like a big budget blockbuster action spectacle on the big screen, but this is something I recommend seeing in theaters, again, for both adults and kids. I think you'll enjoy it, and I think hopefully you'll be able to take something out of this film, like I did. Because, like I said, it's way more than you are expecting. So I highly recommend If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. If you have, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about If? And so thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the movie life.